Hey guys, it's Viggy here. Today I'll be breaking down and giving my opinion on Twice Upon a Time. So Twice Upon a Time is the story of the regeneration of the 1st and 12th Doctor. We get to see David Bradley as the 1st Doctor, who I think did a brilliant job. We've previously seen him take up the role of William Hartnell in An Adventure of Space and Time. So the episode starts off with some footage from the 10th planet. I think this was an amazing touch on the episode. They also used it to end the episode when showing the regeneration from the 1st to the 2nd Doctor. At the start of the episode, they said previously on 709 episodes, even though there's been more than 800 episodes. I think this is a joke about all of the lost episodes. Since this is the Christmas episode, there will be a lot of humour for families.
If I hear any more language like that from you, young lady, you're in for a jolly good smack bottom.
We see Mark Gatiss playing a Lethbridge Stewart ancestor. This wasn't the biggest surprise, but I feel like that was a nice touch for the character of the 1st Doctor. Especially with the way they ended, with him saying to always look in on his family for him. And then Capaldi said, I promise you he'll do just that. Since the 1st Doctor, every version of the Doctor from the 2nd Doctor has interacted with UNIT somehow. So this was Capaldi and Moffat's last episode, so this means there was a lot of Easter eggs from Capaldi's early run. One of the most surprising returns we saw was Rusty the Dalek, and just in case people didn't remember who he was, they made sure that Capaldi said, you'll remember the good times we had when I went into you. They went into it just enough so that people remember and not to ruin the moment. There's also a lot of jokes about the Moffat era and Classic Who. The Doctor has met the first version of himself around 4 times, and the Doctor's never truly happy about the other Doctor. Just like on the 50th anniversary episode when David Tennant and Matt Smith were comparing their Sonics.
Compensating? For what? Regeneration, it's a lottery.
Oh.
Most of the first half of the episode is remembering changes from the 1st Doctor, like when he says, I guess Polly isn't around anymore, or what happened to your TARDIS, it's bigger than it's supposed to be. The 1st Doctor is shocked at how the 12th Doctor looks, and at everything about the Doctor. Doctor Who is one of the few shows that can make jokes about itself while paying homage. One thing that I've seen that really has fan split is the villain of the show. So the villains of the show were a company called Testimony. The name Testimony is a metaphor for the testimony of the dead people. So Testimony was essentially the memories of the dead uploaded into glass people, and it turned out that they were not actually villains. Bill comes back as one of these glass people. I feel like bringing her back as a glass person has just ruined the goodbye that they gave her in the previous episode. Because of this database, they can use this as a reason to bring back any of the dead characters, which can be an issue, because it can ruin the send-off for a lot of characters. It could be nice at some times, but if they try to abuse that, it will get very annoying. We see Clara have an appearance the same way Amy did for the 11th Doctor. It was a bit odd with everything about the Doctor forgetting about her, but whoever liked Clara will be happy with this, and whoever didn't wouldn't be really fazed by this. They followed through with the I do it because it's kind theme from the previous episode. We can see this in the way that he saved the captain by putting him at a later time than the actual time of his death. I like how they used the Christmas armistice and they didn't try to say that it was anything to do with the Doctor. They could have easily said that it was the Doctor that caused this, but I think it's Gary Goldman, who made most of the Doctor Who theme tunes so far in New Who, is also leaving. So we got to see a lot of the old theme tunes play out through the whole episode. One theme tune that we heard quite a lot through there was the 9th Doctor's theme tune. Every big speech in the episode was a metaphor for Doctor Who, the character and the series. It was to show how important it is for the Doctor to regenerate and why he shouldn't die, and also why the show should continue and why it's important to everyone. The most important part of the episode was the big speech at the end of the show. It was a speech to the future Doctor, and lots of Easter eggs were in it. He started with Never Cruel, Never Cowardly, which was a speech from the 50th anniversary episode.
Never cruel or cowardly.
Never give up. Never give in.
He said run like hell because you will always need to, which was taken from a Red Nose Day special. He said never eat pears, which was taken from a David Tennant deleted scene.
Let me abandon you. And 5, very important, 5, don't let me eat pears. I hate pears. John Smith is a...
There was one Easter egg that people are really confused about, and this one was from real life. So people kept asking Capaldi about the Doctor's name, and he says, "I'm not the writer, I can't choose his name." But the part about the children understanding his name was taken directly from a speech that he made. It wasn't something that was made up for the episode. Other than that, it was all River Song stuff. He told River his name just for more Moffat references. River Song is a Moffat character, even though she debuted in the David Tennant era. Jodie Whittaker's first words are, "Oh, brilliant," showing how excited the Doctor is for this new regeneration, and also a joke about how they're trying to say that the episode was brilliant. The way she fell out the TARDIS is like when Matt Smith crashed the TARDIS in his first episode. A recurring theme they now use is you regenerate and then you destroy the TARDIS, which is something they use as a reason to explain the change in the appearance of the TARDIS. I think the cliffhanger at the end was a good way to end the episode. This is because we don't know where she might land, and we don't know if the TARDIS is going to come back. During the era of the Third Doctor, they had taken away his TARDIS and he was without it for a while. I feel like they might take this theme again with Jodie Whittaker, where she's maybe trying to find the TARDIS, and then she might meet these 3 new companions that we're waiting to meet. One thing that was a bit odd that maybe they could have included was that both the Doctors have just come from fighting Cybermen. I mean, I'm not sure how they might be able to include it, but I feel like that could have been a good touch. And that's all from me. Leave in the comments what you thought about the episode, and also what you thought about the regeneration. If you enjoyed this video, drop a like on it, and subscribe if you want to be notified when the next one arrives. And now there's only one thing left to say.